Says we live.
All right. Shalom. This is the brothers of GMS, the Louisiana Saints camp, as well as the brothers from North Carolina. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And we're just going to get straight into it with Ecclesiasticus or Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10.
That's right. This is Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
And once rust sets in, hey, you can never get it out. And it's the same with our enemy out here, these heathen nations, but chiefly our evil brother, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You Jakes out there, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are never to trust your enemies, these Edomites, because as we're about to get into, these Edomites have had a perpetual hatred towards our people from the womb to the blessing and the birthright, through the Grecian and the Roman captivities, all the way up until today. And it's no different in this final captivity we're in, the last leg of the fourth beast, those iron toes mixed with miry clay, that reincarnated Roman Empire, which is the NATO-EU alliance. And if you haven't noticed what this whole situation going on, as we'll call it, who's the face of it? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because as it says in Revelation 12, verse 12, that devil's about to come down in great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
That's right.
The elites of these Edomites, such as the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gettys, Oppenheimers, Merovingians, you name it, they understand the scriptures and know that their time's almost up. So, like the devil that they are, they're about to take as many Jakes with you as they can, but they're coming down with all these different agendas and smiling faces, try to get you Jakes on board with the NW0 agenda. But to the sincere Akim out there, we can see right through it. That's why we aren't leaning unto our enemy Esau Edom like you 2/3, but leaning unto our power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Because we know that's the only thing that's going to get us out of these terrible calamities to come. But as for you 2/3, you're going to lean unto that enemy because you're carnal minded and you don't have that connection with your power. So you're going to try to find any way out to escape these calamities to come, but it's ultimately going to lead to your detriment and your destruction, ultimately because you trusted in your enemy and you didn't trust in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, nor did you trust in his men that he sent towards you to shepherd you back to him.
Khan, I had two for you, bro.
Khan.
The first one,
Khan, you got it.
Jeremiah 13 and 23, because as you said, man, Esau, has had a perpetual hatred unto you Jakes, ever since, really, he got supplanted out of the birthright. So this devil has been trying to kill you, ever since, man. All right. He made a covenant with himself that, when Isaac died, that he was going to, pursue Jacob with the sword. He's been doing that ever since. So, just because we're in the land of America now and so-called times have changed, all right, you Jake still, y'all believe that the Edomites, have, gotten rid of that hatred. They're sincerely trying to love you now. But this is Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. All right, Esau was created to be the evil one, man. He's the son of the wicked, man. All right, so his MO to this day has never changed. All right, he's going to go and try to kill you Jakes, man. You so-called Negro and Native Americans. As the brother said, this is why you're the face of this situation, that's going on, because they want to genocide you off the planet so they can get their birthright back, man. All right, but at the end of the day, that plan's gonna come, to naught, man, because the Most High has a limit on what he's gonna allow him to do. But for the meantime, he's trying to rush with this whole Operation Warp Speed because he knows that his time is running out. Another one real quick, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And this is why this devil is about to, show his horns, man. All right. As the scripture tell you, he spake as a lamb, but now he's speaking as a dragon because he knows that, hey, this is it for him. So he's trying to, pretty much let everything out because this is his last hoorah, man. All right. So everybody that's going to, that's going to see this devil's horns, man, is going to know in that time that this man is the devil, man. All right, you got it.
God, if I could back up that Jeremiah 13 you brought out, was it saying Ecclesiastes? Who can make that straight, which the Most High has made crooked? These Edomites, the biblical wicked, have been estranged from the womb, as it says in Psalms 58. They were created to be the wicked seed, and there's nothing that you Jakes can do to change their mind on not only being the wicked and being perverse to everything righteous of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, but you can't change them into loving you Jakes. That's why every time you Jakes have tried to cleave under these Edomites, things have only gotten worse for you. Look at the civil rights era. You held hand in hand with Edomites and integrated into their system. And what did you see? Amalekite corporations completely wipe out small Jake businesses. You saw the welfare state really get their hooks into Eve. And in order for her to get money, not only did she have to have more kids, but she had to kick the man out of the house, which broke up the family structure. And then what do we see in the 70s and 80s and 90s? Yeah, the crack era, the war on drugs, the prison industrial complex, the list goes on. And even to today, what do you see? This whole hip hop, thug, and rap culture, which puts it into the mind of you Jakes to hate your own people and put them to death. While when you listen to the music of these other nations, they have nothing to do with that. It's all about uplifting their people. And who runs the rap game? Those Amalekites. And then also, what do you have? Planned Parenthood in Jake's neighborhoods. And Planned Parenthood had Margaret Sanger on the board, who said you so-called Negroes were weeds. And not just that, but I believe it was either Bill Gates' father or grandfather was also one of the board members for Planned Parenthood. And what's Billy Gates doing now? Pushing for the Valerie, which you Jakes is the face of it. Yep. It's all going back to that agenda, getting you Jakes wiped off the face of the earth. But here we have 2/3 still cleaving under Esau, making up little bullshit rap videos called "Bite That Thing Up" or anything like that to push for our people to go along with the system, and just wait until the MOB comes, when they really pull out the big guns and bring out these LeBron Jameses and Jay-Z's and Beyonce's and all that for you to get that. Hey, this man, as the brother brought out in Revelation 12, verse 12, is about to come down in great wrath. He's so sick and demented in his head that he thinks that by killing off as many Jakes as he can somehow get his blessing and his birthright back. And since he also knows this is his last hoorah to do anything, that sword is about to come out of that sheath and glisten in the sun, have the light of the sun on it, and have the blood of you Jakes on it.
That's right. And if I can say too that when we bring up that Sirach 12 and 10, man, because you got some of our people who are fooled by these everyday Edomites, how they interact with these everyday Edomites, but what their hatred that their forefathers started, for this country, you know what I'm saying, how they started this country with the rape, rob, and murder of our people, has allowed them the privilege now to not have to show that hatred, man. It's like they don't have it. They've never been put in a situation to where they have to show it. It's like asking somebody, are they a thief? Like, if they have everything, they've never actually had a reason to steal anything. Has your stomach ever touched your back to where you had to figure out what you do to eat? It's the same with these Edomites and their wickedness, man. They've never, once all hell breaks loose, they're going to be able to show their true, that hatred in their mind is going to unlock, man. And they're gonna they're gonna show their hatred to you, Jakes. You really gonna know,
Right. If I could say, as it says in I think Psalm 73, they have more than heart's desire. When you're living with the fatness of the earth and dew of heaven in your possession, when all you know is luxury throughout your life, you can be lackadaisical with things and look at the people that your forefathers oppressed and be like, you know what? I'm gonna be the bigger man and be nice to them. But as the brother was saying, once that's all taken away, that's when the mask is gonna come off, and that old perpetual hatred is really gonna bubble forth and chew itself. And what you also have to think is a lot of these Edomites are convicted in the spirit, even though they like to say, "Oh, times have changed and things have gotten better." They know exactly that their forefathers fucked over you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the past, and they know they're benefiting from the system. And even on these jobs, they still screw over you, Jakes. First fired, last hired, countless examples. So you would think that when you have this bubbling animosity that's been going on for generations, you it would be imperative for you to put up a mask to try to hide it. Because think about it like this: if you did what these Edomites did in the past, and you raped, robbed, and murdered the people, you would try to push out a philosophy afterwards, after you've gotten the spoils of war, to make everybody love you and make everybody forget about your past and get along with you. That's why you see these Edomites constantly push this equality. We are the one. Hey, let's build a better future by learning from the past. Oh, just madness.
I got what you just said. This is Psalms 20. It's like it's not Psalms. Job 20 and 10. It says, "His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth," it says, "though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth." Right. So it said that his children shall seek to please the poor, which is what the brother Ra'ah was just saying, man. Because now that they built an infrastructure where they no longer have to, bear the sword to pretty much put you, Jason, in submission. Now they're trying to, fluff you up by, this whole facade of, well, we care about you now. Even though our forefathers, put their foot in your ass, now we care about you. Now we want to get you that, get on our level, chase the American dream. Now everybody's equal. But at the end of the day, man, these devils still have that desire to kill you, Jakes, in the back of their head, man. That's why that hatred, whether it's from the elites all the way down to the average Joe six-pack Edomite, is still in these damn devils, man. That's why they treat you, Jakes, as such, man. When you get beside yourself and start feeling yourself a little bit, they always, gotta put you back down to your place, man. Let you know, you still a nigga, man.
And as you had a precept, Shawai?
Oh no, I just Genesis.
Oh, Con. We're about to get to that, but hey, like a brother down in the New Orleans camp, Kaya, likes to say, does that not plague your mind? Because think about it like this, and really contemplate this, Jake. All these other heathen nations, either if they've been living in America or if their fathers or whoever recent generations came to America, what have you seen them do? Prosper. Prosper, while you, Jakes, have been here from the jump and getting your ass kicked in. Yep. And each year, each decade, each century, you name it, you just get perpetually worse and worse. You've got the worst rep globally. You've got the worst communities globally. You name it. While these other nations don't have any problems at all. That goes back to that Psalms 83 on how these heathen nations are confederate with each other. You Jakes have no part in that. You Jakes do have a part in them coming against you and trying to cut you off from being a nation. But hey, 2/3 still don't want to take heed to it. They still want to think that, hey, it's 2021. Things are going to only get better. Hey, we got Kamala Harris as the vice president. We had Obama, which both of them are tares. They think they'll succeed. But you err not knowing the scriptures, err not knowing that this hatred that these Edomites have towards you goes back to the very womb. And it's not going to end. It's even not going to end when we're in the kingdom and have them under our subjection. They're still going to hate our guts. But you know what? At that point, they can't do a goddamn thing about it.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get into that Genesis 25 now, Baba Kashal.
Come on. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. You want 22, right? Start 22?
Con 22, and we'll read 22 and 23.
Yep. Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So right off the jump, it said, and the children struggled together within her. So you had two babies in the womb of Rebecca fighting each other. So if that doesn't give you a clue how we were never meant to be together, then I don't know what can give you a clue. But hey, we're gonna go deeper into it. We're gonna see what Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai told Rebecca as to why those two babies were struggling together in her womb.
Yep. It reads verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 nations of people with 2 different manners, and they'll be separated from her bowels. So 2 manners of people are 2 nations with 2 different dispositions. Jake has a very laid back, calm disposition when they're in their right mind, and we were created to be the sons of the righteous, the sons of the power. That's why whenever you see a Jake in his right mind, what does Jake do? Jake prospers, and Jake always thinks about everybody else's well-being. But as for the wicked, you get the complete opposite. You get this vile beast who only cares about his belly, who only cares about the bottom line, so to speak. And that's why you see the world in its current estate. You've got chemtrails in the sky, pollution in the ocean, these GMO foods giving people cancer, that's selling Wi-Fi radiation doing the same. This man strips lands for their resources and hunts animals to extinction. And he pushes all these poisonous philosophies onto the people like capitalism, feminism, democracy, communism, socialism, the alphabet agenda beginning with LG, you name it. And just look at Jake's track record in the past as well. When you had those Israelite Roman emperors, it was known as like the year of the 5 good emperors. Why? Because the people in Rome at that time saw that they were no longer getting oppressed because Jake was starting to come into rulership. But before that, when you look at the 12 Caesars, those Roman Edomite emperors, it was nothing but just mayhem and chaos and bloodshed. And then what did you see during Black Wall Street? When Jake was left to his own devices, and at this point, even though Jake was going off with Christianity and all that bullshit, they still had a family structure and were building businesses and thriving. It was to the point to where you had Edomites coming to Jake banks to get loans from him. But Esau couldn't have that, so Esau tore that down, and now Esau's got the full driver's seat right now, and he's driving this whole earth straight into a brick wall, as it says in Matthew chapter 24. And except those days should be shortened, no flesh would be saved. If this demon, this beast, was allowed to rule for eternity, this planet would be turned into an uninhabitable wasteland.
Yeah.
But without being too far off topic, it says right there, the babies struggle together in the womb, and that they would be 2 manners of people separated from the bowels, separated and never meant to come together.
That's right.
Yep. And this is verse 23. I'm reading it again. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. And we know Esau came out first and Jacob second. And at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, these Edomites are going to serve us as our slaves, as they did during King David, and as it was always meant in their lot to do so. But as it says, one people shall be stronger than the other people. And these Edomites know this. That's another reason they have a hatred towards you, Jakes, because their spirit naturally knows that we're better than them. We dominate in everything we do. Just look at the sports field. That's why they go so hard on you, Jakes' minds, to make you think you're second-class citizens. You came from Africa. You're the scum of the earth. Because imagine if Jake could get his mind right with his body. He'd be ultimately having the knowledge of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, he would be unstoppable. So that's why they put all these different pitfalls out here for Jake to fall into. They put poisonous food and water into our neighborhoods to eat and drink, Planned Parenthood, thug and hip hop and rap culture. The list goes on and on. And I remember growing up, I grew up around a lot of Edomites, and I just saw, even at a young age, I just saw how these Edomites were awestruck at Jake. Like they were awestruck at these football players, these basketball players. It was insane. you could just feel the vibration off of them that they knew that Israelites were better than them. And how would that make you feel? Here you have the whole fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, but still you can't go out in the sun. You're weak. You're not as intelligent as Jake. You're not as good good with the women as Jake is, even though you don't want women. Like
right.
everything that Jake is good at, Jake is exceeding at you at in your own kingdom. So of course that would build that animosity that you would have towards Jake.
Yeah, that's why Esau pretty much has hit Jake with like reverse psychology, because you got Jake envying them when they really envy us, man. You know, that's why you got Jake, bleaching their skin, want to wear the blonde hair, blue and green contacts, because they envy you devils, but honestly, them devils envy you. And that's why you have movies like Get Out, where they was wanting to steal, our bodies because they wanted our gifts, man. Because they know what makes us great is the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's why the scriptures, like I'm gonna get that real quick. The scriptures tell us that that's our saving grace, man. That's what separates us from the rest of the nations, man. Okay.
Because if I could say real quick,
You got it.
It doesn't matter how athletic you are or how smart you may be in the knowledge of this world. If you're an Israelite without the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, you're just a physically talented nigger at the end of the day, a physically talented spick or a tonto. You're nothing without the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's what the brother's about to go into. This was supposed to be our light and guidance towards the nations, to where they would say, what people is so great that has a power like this and the law, statutes, and commandments like this.
Yeah. This is Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Start at 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we should call upon him for? Or what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I have set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thine heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons." And this is why Esau has went so hard to pretty much disconnect us from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It tells you in Judah 5:17, they know that when we separated from our power, because of sin, all right, we're at the mercy of our enemies, man. This is why sin is openly promoted to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans so heavy, because that's what keeps you separated from the Lord, man. And as long as they can keep doing that, you're going to be at the mercy of Esau and seek him because you think that he's your God instead of the Lord, man.
God. And as a brother brought out a beautiful precept, hey, the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai is the light that we have that shines forth across this earth and to these nations, and especially the elites of these Edomites know that. That's why, as the brother also said in Judith chapter 5, that they know that if they take us away from our power, we're at their mercy. That's exactly what these elites have been doing. But through the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, starting with our apostle elders and their teachers, hey, that standard is being set up again, and the elect are calling back under their power. And now we're seeing the strength. We're seeing the strength of the scriptures. We're seeing the strength of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, because ever since we started prophesying and Israel was waking up, what have you seen? This man's power structure go down.
That's right. Yeah, man, he's through, and he knows that. That's why he's going so hard to try to pretty much bring this depopulation agenda, man, because they want their kingdom, because they want that eternal life, and they're trying to get it through the left side with this whole technocracy thing they're trying to build. But it's going to come to naught, man, because the Lord has a sanction that you have an appointed time to rule, and you're near the end of that rule, man. the few little bit of sand left in your hourglass is almost out, man. And it's curtains for you, man.
Kind. Hey, they have no choice but to try to get it by left hand means, because they know that on the right hand they lost it, as we've been going into. Jacob, the reason Esau and these Edomites in general, especially the elites, hate Israel is because our forefather Jacob got the blessing and the birthright from them. What we've got coming to us, the kingdom of heaven and being the masters of everything, they could, even though it was all through the spirit for Jacob to get it, their forefather gave it up for uncooked meat, for that raw pottage. And then further, our forefather supplanted him and got the rest of it. So even though the elites know the story and know what the game is, everything that's coming to us, and that we got the blessing and the birthright, but even down to these lower level Edomites, in their spirit, they know that something's missing, and that something's ultimately coming to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and that they're going to be in a bad case. Hence why that perpetual hatred is still brewing in them unto this very day. And we're just gonna further elaborate. You had something, Shawat?
No, that was it on the that was it on in Genesis. So
What
you want?
And we're just gonna further read the scriptures to elaborate on that in Genesis chapter 27. We're gonna start at about verse 34. Baba Kasha.
This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great, exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father.
And like I just said, our forefathers supplanted the blessing to the kingdom of heaven from their forefather Esau by, of course, Rebekah cooking that meal the meal that Esau would cook for his father Isaac, and putting Esau's clothes on Jacob. And then since Isaac had poor eyesight, Jacob went in pretending to be Esau and got the blessing to the kingdom of heaven. Now Esau came in afterwards, and Isaac told him, look, your father has supplanted that blessing from you, so that there's really nothing I can do for you. And this is why Esau was crying and weeping bitterly, as it's further going to go into. Keep going on.
Yep. It reads on verse 35. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. Verse 36. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
And remember that these elites, who we named a few of, such as the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they understand the scriptures. They have the money to go through history and go through the relics and see that not only are we Israel, but that everything that was prophesied in the past actually happened. And they're also seeing the prophecies we're speaking about come to pass today. So they understand that this is a true account, and they understand that they're the Edomites, and they understand that our forefathers supplanted their birthright and the blessing to the kingdom of heaven from them. So that's why, as it says in that Revelation 12, verse 12, they're about to come down in great wrath.
Yep. Yep. You want to read on?
We'll read down to about we'll read down to verse 41.
Yep. I'm gonna start again at the top of 36. It reads, and he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
As it says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. Again, these elites know that we're better than them. They know that there's going to come a point to where we're going to rule over them. So if you knew that you were the biblical Edomites, and you knew that you lost your birthright and blessing to the kingdom of heaven, controlling everything, and you just happen to be in the power seat right now, what would you be doing? Everything you can to destroy your arch enemy, the nation of Israel. That's why ever since these Edomites came in power, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been the #1 target out here. And then just like Reagan with trickle-down economics, this spirit trickles down to these lower-level Edomites, these average Joe six-packs. Even though they may not know they're Edomites or know we're Israelites, in their spirit, they still know that our forefather supplanted the blessing and the birthright from them. So that's why they hate you. And it goes much deeper than skin color or any bullshit like that. Because contrary to popular belief, you have Israelites that look like Edomites and Edomites that look like Israelites. It all goes back to this key pivotal moment right here, the Jacob getting the blessing and the birthright to the kingdom of heaven from Esau. And again, it's never going to end. We were separated from the womb, and this hatred is going to go from here to the kingdom of heaven all the way until after that first 1,000 years, when we coal every Edomite from this planet with fire, give them that Obadiah barbecue.
Add a preset for you. You said, you know, that their whole process, or the whole process of thought, you know, knowing in the back of their mind that, you know, that we're better than them, so they're doing everything in their power to pretty much keep us, you know, on the bottom. This is Psalms chapter 62:4. They only consult to cast them down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly Salah. And this is you know, being shown all throughout history, man. Good example of that is when you look into Black Wall Street, man. Because when Jake was left to their own devices, all right, we prosper without Esau, man. You know, like I said, you had Black Wall Street, you had the Negro League, the ABA, all examples of Jake, you know, thriving without the influence of Esau. So he saw that. He was like, nah, I can't have them do that, because Black Wall Street, for example, was thriving so much to where they was about to, you know, go build their own bank over in Africa, man, you know, and start, you know, their own dollar system without the Edomites, man. That's why Esau went over there and bombed them, because that was mainly out of jealousy, man, you know. And he saw that, you know, that without them, all right, they can't really make as much money as they wanted to. So that's why they went ahead and ended segregation, you know, allowed Jake to integrate with them, you know, into the school system, into sports, and really into his whole American system period, because he saw it was better to let the monkeys integrate with him, let him say it, than to let us just be on our own devices, because hey, we will pretty much overthrow him if we was, you know, by ourselves, man. You know, that's why they had to go and put the war on drugs, you know, instead of Reaganomics and all that other stuff, man, to keep Jake through, man. You know, it's all about the destruction of the Israelites that we can't, you know, overcome him, man. All right. That's why he had to go and pollute the minds of our people with black culture, you know, and all that. Because if he let us come together, and especially if we come back up to the law, statutes, and commandments, he knows he's out of there, man. You know.
That's right.
Hey, we got an example of the past of Jake being left to his own devices and taken over with the Roman Empire.
Exactly.
Hey, Jake took over the Roman Empire, and you had the Eastern Roman Empire, which became the Byzantine Empire, where it went from red devil faces to black faces to so-called black faces, so-called black Caesars. And it was a damn golden age when Jake took over. Jake was on a high level back then. If any of you brothers, have y'all heard of Greek fire?
No, I don't think I heard of that.
Or in the Byzantine Empire, Jake had like ancient flamethrowers that only certain Jakes knew how to make, and the Ishmaelites, the Muslims weren't able to invade, or any other people weren't able to invade for a while, because Jake was on such a high level and had ancient technology which was advanced back then, kicking people's asses. That's what happens when Jake is left to his own devices, and in his, I wouldn't say in his right mind, but at least not having a inferiority complex.
Right. Now that makes sense though, man, because it's in our natural nature to create, because it says we're the form of all things, and we're also the salt of the earth, man. So that's not far fetched to hear things like that. But as well, that's why Esau doesn't really give you any history up until slavery, man. Anything he gives you is post slavery. All right, he doesn't tell you the success that we had, in the Byzantine Empire. That's why he calls it the Dark Ages, man. He don't tell you about the Moorish empires that we had, with Granada and all that, because that to this day, that's still one of the landmark that they marvel at, because they were never they never understood how we built that, man. That was great, geometry that was used to build that building, man. So even such a thing as the pyramids, man. They can't recreate that to this day, man. That's why they tell you stupid shit like aliens built the pyramids, man.
God.
So everything is all about keeping you Jake stupefied, man. Because if you're able to, like you said, get rid of that inferiority complex and that Stockholm syndrome, all right, you're able to level up. That's why even on the low level, good example of that, when you had those Jakes that were in prison, debate those damn Ivy League students and straight killed them, man, in that debate, man. Because we're naturally better than them. Like it read in Sirach 25. It's like Genesis 25, man. Says that the younger shall be stronger, man. Mentally, physically, and spiritually stronger than these devils, man. And that's why they went to such a degree to destroy us, man.
God. And hey, when you look into the history how Jake was getting down in Spain as the Moors, Jake literally had ACs back then. They had pipes in their houses that could blow hot and cold air. Jake was a great mathematician, a great philosopher, architect, anything you can think of. So Esau had to hide that during the Renaissance. Esau couldn't let you know that a lot of the groundwork that they built off of was built by so-called Negroes.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
And just to back up what you said, think of Jake on a low level. Think if Jake didn't have that inferiority complex. Think if Jake could see movies like 300 and saw that the Spartans were Jakes, see movies like Troy and see that those were dark-skinned people, or these period pieces with the knights, and see that it was Jake ruling all up in Europe. Jake's mind would almost snap like that. And
yeah, because they would see like, look, man, we're better than them, and see, in America, it chastises you if you think like that, man. Everybody is allowed to think that we're equal, except Esau. Esau has that mindset. Well, I'm better than y'all, even though he's not. But when a Jake gets that in that mind state, he's pretty much vilified, man. Because how dare you think you lowly ass nigga? How dare you think that you're better than anything when you're nothing but a slave, man? But just to add to the spirit real quick, this is Jeremiah 10:16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name, right? And this is why, when you go into these different inventions, man, everything was pretty much created by Jake, man. Like you mentioned, pretty much the technology that we see in this day and age, man, is low level. All right, Jake Ben created airplanes and all these different inventions. Now, back then, man, Esau just happened to have it now, but this is very low level, So we're marvel at the things that we see now, but man, these things already been here, man. The internet already been here, man. The things that we know has already been here. So just imagine how it was when when we're in our right mind and we're able to create things, on a bigger scale than this, man.
Hey, when it the Jake that created the computer and the internet on this side, so you know why that is, because Jake had that knowledge from the past.
Come on, man.
It all plays into everything perfectly when you understand the scriptures.
That's right, man. We're the form of all things, man. It literally everything, you can Google it. Everything was pretty much made by us. The only thing that Esau made was the fucking patent machine where he was able to steal our stuff, man. But other than that, he never made anything, because like I said, he was the slave master, man. All he did was just take credit for everything. He even got I know y'all Jake's Saki. I know y'all brothers heard about the whole the what's the whiskey? Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels?
Yeah. Well, it comes years later, everybody find out that was a Jake that came up with that whiskey, man. You know, so that go to show you, man. Hey, nothing that this devil has literally created nothing, man. You know, he's a baseman. He's called a baseman for no reason, man. All right, this nigga is simple. All right, he's simple as hell, man. You know, y'all got it.
Apostle Gabar said Esau's a nobody. That's what he is. He's the ultimate Mr. Zero, the Mr. Nobody, and it even says in Job that when he's taken out of power, people will be like, it'll be like a dream. His memory and his heritage will be his dung, pretty much.
That's right.
People say, is this the man that turned the earth into a wilderness and caused the nations to tremble before him? Because the only reason you Edomites ever prospered is because you were given the power from the Most High to do so.
That's right.
Without oh, you got it.
No, you got to go ahead.
Without the Most High helping you out, you would have just still been in those caves, braying and eating bugs out of your relative's hair. And even then, with your blessing, the Most High had to intervene because you were such a loser.
Yeah.
Gad was kicking your ass, so
Yeah.
he had to give you the Gatling gun. Those Ammonites during World War II were whipping your ass, so he gave you the Most High gave you the atomic bombs. The list goes on and on. You were getting your asses whipped in Vietnam by a bunch of peasants with AK-47s. You can't do anything right.
And the Most High got you. Like I say, if it wasn't for his influence, man, you wouldn't even be able to call yourself the rulers of the world right now, man. That's why, they got so proud they don't use this term anymore. But back in the day, I know y'all remember they used to say, manifest destiny. It was through God that they were able to, conquer all the enemies. This is that in the scripture. This is Daniel's 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. So the Most High gave you the power to gain the world. Like it tells you in Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. All right. Yep. The Most High allowed you to do this, but without his influence, man, all right, you cavemans wouldn't be able to do anything, man. All right. You didn't even have the resolve to even wash your ass, man. We had to teach you how to do that. You was wearing your clothes, they literally disintegrated off your body, man. So hey, it shows you how base you are, man. When these same people, are terrorizing the earth. What you got everybody afraid of the so-called white man. You look at these damn these Rothschilds and Rockefellers, these old measly looking old niggas. These niggas is the people everybody's scared of, man. But it's only like that because the Most High has given them the power right now, man. But as we speak, he's slowly stripping them of that power, though, man.
I got a precept for you real quick. I'm just looking for it. Where is it? Oh, I got it. This is Proverbs 16, verse 4. Yahweh hath made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even the wicked for the day of evil. So the only reason you were put in this position was to bring in the evil day, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, man, to bring judgment upon the wicked 2/3 of our people, man. All right, and ultimately to show the elect what wickedness looks like in the world. So when we get in the rulership, we're gonna have a zero tolerance for anything wicked, man. If it goes against the law, statute, commandments, all you nations are gonna be judged, man, because we're gonna establish a word of righteousness, man. All right, where there's not going to be sin in the nation of Israel anymore, man. But you nations are going to be mortal, so you're going to go off. But that's when we're going to come in as being the judges of the earth and judge you nations for that, man. But you Edomites' sole purpose of being here on the earth was to show us what wickedness looks like, man. So after your duty of purging out the 2/3, and when your kingdom falls, that's it for you, man. There's no other use for you except for us to use you to build up the kingdom of heaven, and then once that 1,000 years is over with, all right, like you said, we're gonna have that Obadiah bonfire, all right, and we're gonna bon voyage to you damn Edomites. There ain't gonna be no more, y'all, man.
And that's what you 2/3 fail to realize. Going back to the beginning of the lesson, never trust your enemy. The Most High set up this man with everything he has, and set him up to whip your ass. and before that, they had that perpetual hatred for you because we took the blessing and the birthright to the kingdom of heaven from you. So that's why it's imperative. You 2/3 aren't going to get it, but you may have some sincere Akim come by this video, or sincere Jakes come by this video that have never heard this before. It's imperative for you right now to stop, to come back under your power, Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, and stop leaning upon your enemy who you're not supposed to trust, these Edomites, because he's about to come down with the blessing he was given, the sword, to take away as many Jakes as he possibly can before he's taken out of power and goes into a perpetual slavery.
Yep.
Back in Genesis.
Khan.
Yep. This is Genesis chapter 27. I'm gonna start at 38. It reads, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Keep going on.
Yep. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above.
So now we see why these Edomites have the choicest places on the planet under their control right now, being in control of the resources, you name it, while they're the image of the so-called perfection of beauty right now, because it was their blessing to get the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. Again, this man, this beast, this animal couldn't do this by himself. If everything was taken at face value, you Edomites would still be in the caves, braying and being a damn caveman while Jake was still in rulership. But that wasn't the plans of the Most High. It was the plan for us to go down and for you Edomites to come into this little season and fully utilize your blessing, the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. And as it's about to say in the next verse, we're going to see how you gained everything into your possession.
That's right. And it reads verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Hey, that's how you got it, by your blessing the sword. Hey, from literal swords in the past with the Grecians and the Romans, they were known for using iron weapons, which were able to destroy any other weapons these heathen nations had at the time. So that's how the Roman Empire flourished and got the fatness of the earth during that time in the known world, in the old world. And then they went off for a little season, for 1,000 years. And then they came back during the Renaissance. And what did they have? They had muskets, gunpowder, cannons, and then it evolved to the Gatling gun, the machine gun. They've got airplanes and fighter jets now. And the culmination of their sword, that nuclear missile, which, hey, the Most High created the wicked for the day of evil. The very blessing that it's a catch-22 for you Edomites. The very blessing that the Most High gave you is what you're going to use to destroy yourself. You can't do anything of your own volition. The Most High set you up to fulfill what prophecies he needed you to fulfill. And then once you reach those bounds which you cannot pass, that's your ass.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Hey, that's the beginning, the middle, and end of the animosity between you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and these Edomites, the so-called white people. As it says, Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. It all goes back to that blessing and that birthright. This is a spiritual hatred from the womb. And it even goes deeper than that. It even goes back to Abel and Cain.
Yep.
Abel had the righteous sacrifice unto the Most High, and Cain, because he was a base man, had a bullshit sacrifice. So what did he do? He slayed Abel and said, am I my brother's keeper? And so the Most High brought Seth about and gave Cain the mark of Cain, which was leprosy.
Yep.
And then down generations down the line after the flood, that story was reignited, reincarnated through Jacob and Esau.
That's right.
And here we are today. Those two nations that struggled in the womb still struggling against each other. But the difference now is that the remnant has woken up and are no longer leaning upon their enemies for salvation. We're leaning upon our power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So that's why you're seeing big moves being made right now. As it says in Matthew 24, verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Our blessing and our birthright is the kingdom of heaven. Our power is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So all we got to do is read the scriptures and take this man down. This base man can only kill the body, but he can't kill the spirit. So we got nothing to worry about. As long as we stay 10 toes down in this truth and don't get weak and give in to this man and this terror he's about to bring, we're all cool in the game.
Yeah, because bro, he trying hard to get that birthright back, man. You know, that's why he's going around pretty much destroying the whole earth, man. Because hey, the Most High, even that's how you know the Lord has a sense of humor, because he pities this devil and he's like, look, I'm gonna give you a little wager real quick. I'm gonna go on that. This is Jeremiah 31 and 35. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name." It says, if those ordinances depart from before me, save the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. That's why, you had at one point Esau was trying to blow the moon up. He's trying to, he's trying to pretty much go around, saying he discovered the whole earth, or whatever, because he's trying to, make the seed of Israel do away with. Verse 37. This is the wager. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord." So the Lord told Esau, like, look, if you measure the heavens, if you're able to, count the depth of the sea, then I'll do away with the nation of Israel. And the Lord's so cold, he knows that's a task that he's never going to be able to do. This devil can't leave. I forgot the exact atmosphere that he can't go out of, which proves he never went to space, and then the depths of the ocean, he can only go but so far, because that pressure, will crush them in a submarine, man, So he's never going to be able to measure out the sea or the heavens, man. So you're never going to get your birthright back, because it's written, the Most High he's never going to forsake the children of Israel, man. So you're in a losing situation, Esau, So you just got to accept it. And he's angry because he knows that he's through, that the Most High has a perpetual hatred against him, like it tells you in Malachi 4 or 1 and 4, and that he lost, man. So this is why he's that disgruntled little child that just knows that if he can't win, he's just going to just take everybody with him, man. That's why he's killing the earth, man.
Con AI.
That's right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, you got it.
No, I was just gonna say that's why he the scripture say that in Revelations, the 12th chapter, the accuser of our brethren is cast down. He that accused us before the Lord day and night. Yeah, roughly paraphrasing, because man, this devil knows what's going on. He knows what's about to happen, man. And so that's why he's accused. That's why he puts pork as a delicacy, shrimp, crab, and lobster. That's why he does all these things, so that he can turn around and accuse us to the Lord and show and basically try to show the Lord that, see, this is your people. This is the people who are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. They can't even follow your law, statutes, commandments. Exactly. But in actuality, you're the reason. You're, of course, our people are going off, but you're behind the fact at which why our people are going off so much, man. Shoot, if I can. Oh, sorry. You go ahead. I was gonna get a precept on that since I brought it up.
I was just gonna make a quick analogy. Just think about it like this: say you're a cop that beats up and arrests a junkie, and brings him to jail and shows him as a junkie. But on the back end, you're the one that's selling him the drugs. You're the one that's put him in that position. You can't you can't come out there with the badge and say you're the good guy. That's how base and wicked this fucking red monkey is.
Right.
That's right.
He's a hypocrite, man.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Yep. Oh, yep. This is just get this real quick. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yep.
And that's what this devil has. That's what this devil has done, man. You know, it's as simple as that. It's like giving a man a bottle of drink and to get him drunk, and then you know, when you're drunk, you have no there's no, they call it courage, but you have no filter, you have no shame in what you do, man. You know, and this is what this devil has done. He's gotten us drunk off his philosophies and all these other things, man, spiritually, and our people are spiritually drunk out here, naked, man, you know, and have no shame in the things that they do. And that's why in Revelations it says he accuses us day and night, because while he has us in this drunken state, he wants the Lord to see us at our low, man. And, you know, he's hoping that will get the Lord to, you know, give him his birthright back. But the brother just read, man, you know, the Lord got this devil in the trick bag, man.
That's right. Because you got the elect coming back unto him, man, that's putting off the ways of the world and coming back up to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And this is why he's so mad, because he sees, because we're turning away from him, man, that he's that what you just said is happening, man. I'm gonna get that real quick. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. This is what you're seeing happening, man. All right, the remnant, the elect coming back, you know, to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we have woken up to the fact that relying on Esau ain't gonna do nothing but get you destroyed. Like we started the lesson out with, man. Sirach 12 and 10. All right, because Esau's MO was never meant to help us get up in society. It's always meant to keep us down and destroy us, man. So we had to come out of the world and come back into our power, the one that's going to really provide for us and protect us, because that's the only way. And because we're doing that, now he's got a target on each and every one of our backs, man. All those that believe in the Lord, he's coming after you, man, because you're fucking up his plan, man.
Yeah, bro. When you the time right now is 11:44. When you run that point out, right on the dot, man. That's confirmation, weird, man, from the Lord, man.
You can't make this up. Just that fact alone. How is a man, how's a base man going to come against a power where we read a precept saying that we're no longer going to lean on him and our power is going to help us out, and then the important number 144, the 144,000 comes up right when the brother brings out the precept.
That's the spirit, man. Hey, that's how you know he's losing, man. He can't. Hey, you real quick. Since you said that, I got another precept, man. This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High, which is this devil is being found that you can't fight against the Most High. This ain't a work of men, because if it was of men, you'd be able to infiltrate it and bring it down like you did all of Jake's past endeavors, such as the Black Panther, you know, the Back to Africa movement, and such and such. But this, you can't infiltrate this, man, because this is the work of the Most High. This is a divine power that you know, his spirit is moving through each and every brother that you see, you know, doing the work, man. You know,
that's right.
So you're fighting against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which we all know that's a losing battle, man. All right, like the big brother Hakah, and you know, South Carolina camp like to say, man, your arms ain't long, your arms are too short to box with the Most High, man. You ain't gonna be able to stand in that ring, man. You're gonna get knocked the hell out.
That's the spirit. I was just thinking when you saying that. I was just thinking that because I think Nas dropped the song. What do you say? Your arms too short to slap box and die. It's the same. Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. We were done with that Genesis. I got that Ezekiel 35 on deck.
That's a good one.
And yeah, if you want for that perpetual hatred. And,
Con. we'll get that Ezekiel 35, and brothers have any other precepts? I guess we're calling a night from there.
Gosh.
But hey,
well, I got. Sorry.
I was just gonna say real quick, as we just went into, we're dealing with the ultimate power that's got our back, the power that set you Edomites up and set you elites up to do all your dirty work, and just as easily as he set you up, is as easily as he's gonna take you down. As what did the Most High do with ancient Pharaoh? He built him up and made him proud and hardened his face against the nation of Israel for what? Just to take him down easily. And that story of the Exodus is remembered until this very day. We're coming into this second Exodus where you Edomites have been built up to the point to where nobody can think you can go down. You got nuclear weapons, you so-called went to space, all these things. But in 1 hour is your chief city, Babylon the Great, the United States of America, going to be taken down, and you're going to be taken out of power. And you're going to be seen as what you always were, the sons of fools, the sons of the basest of men. Happily at the place where you were always meant to be, underneath the feet of the children of Israel.
That's right.
And that's what you 2/3 have to remember. Well, not you 2/3, but what the Israelites have to the elect. The whole what you have to remember is that we won at the end of the day. And how did we win? By no longer, as it said in that Isaiah 10, the remnant no longer leaning upon him that smote them and coming back to their power. And that's what we're going to continue to do, because that's what we know is going to bring us unto salvation. But as for you 2/3 who don't understand this and continue to lean unto your enemy, that's going to lead to your ultimate destruction. Because again, you err not knowing the scriptures and you trust your enemy. You think that this Edomite is just another blood and flesh man, when you don't know that his spirit in him from the womb was created to hate you and have that perpetual hatred.
Yep.
They rep. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Shawah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, the brother had put that on the comment board. If I can find it, just real quick. Yep, this is GMS woke brother down here in the Raleigh camp with me. It reads Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul. Oh, kind of, you got it. Good. I got it. Yeah, kind of. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yep. And
like this devil is not right, man. He was, like the brother was saying, it's in his spirit to be who he is, man. He's not like we were going to earlier. These regular everyday devils, man. Once they put in the position to show their hate, just as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. They're definitely gonna show. And it reads, but the just shall live by faith, and that's the hope for it. That's who we're gonna have faith that we're gonna be delivered out of this hellhole, man. And that's what we live by.
Because see, the difference between the 2/3 and us is that the Lord has awoken us to realize that this man is like the brother Raj said, he's just a man. All right, 2/3 still reverence Esau as a god, man, because he pretty much they run to him for everything, man. So in their spirit, they truly reverence Esau as a god, man. But scriptures tell you this we already know this. This is Ezekiel 28:9. It says, "Will thou yet say before him that slaved thee, I am a god?" This is what Esau has done. This is why he pretty much does everything in the earth to pretty much say that he's God, man. That's why he pretty much has worldwide surveillance over the whole earth. He's trying to say that he's omnipotent. He's all knowing, all seeing. It says, "But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee." And this is what we're about to see happen, man. The Most High is going to severely humble you damn devils, man, to show you ain't nothing but a mere mortal. You're just a man, and the basis of men at that, man. All right, that all your efforts are being done in vain, man, because you can't hold a candle to your how about Shem Yahushua, man. All right, all your technology, all your robots, your fighter jets, even your super soldiers ain't gonna be shit to the Most High, the angels and his elect men, man. All right, because all he really needs is one angel to pretty much bring down your whole empire, man. All right, but think about it. He's bringing Yahushua back first and foremost. He himself can destroy everything, and he's bringing the host of angels, and he's giving his elect men spiritual power, man. So hey, that's gonna straight just overkill, man. You know,
God.
so he's gonna show you devils that you ain't shit. You really aren't shit, man. You know, and 2/3 are gonna have to realize that the hard way. All right. But we've been showing this through the spirit and power of how about Shem Shah, man. This is why we're pretty much telling our people to wake up, man. You know, wake up while you still have the opportunity to. Because if not, all right, you're gonna have to be shown when Esau shows his horns to you, man. You know.
God. Hey, your brothers ever saw that movie? Not the TV show, but the movie Watchmen.
Yo, oh yeah, that movie's dope. Yeah.
God.
I gotta watch it.
We know Dr. Manhattan was just an example of Yahweh Shine the elect, but I remember at the end of the movie, you had the bad guy, Ozymandias, who was just a man, and he tried to defeat Dr. Manhattan, and Dr. Manhattan looked at him, and Ozymandias in the movie was known as the world's smartest man.
Yep.
And Dr. Manhattan said to him, the world's smartest man poses no more threat to me than its smartest termite.
Damn.
That's right.
That's bad.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, that's bad, yo. Woo.
Right. I got something real quick on trusting this devil. This is Psalms. Since we're going into, you Jakes, man, you're gonna realize that this devil is not to be trusted, man. This is Psalms 55 and 20. And it reads, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. That's right. This devil, man, just like when he came to the land of America, man. We were the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, and the so-called Hispanic tribes, man. They were at peace with this devil, man. They showed this devil how to live here, show him how to do things, and how to prosper and survive here on this land, this new land that he'd never been to before. But what it says, but the covenant, he broke the covenant. He had, I forgot how many laws it was that they made with Native Americans, but it was over 100 laws and 500. Yeah, exactly.
There's over 500 treaties that they broke.
Yep, over 500 treaties, man, that they broke, and every single last one of them, they broke all of them, man. And it reads, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So that's right. Every time that this devil, and it's the same thing today, just like it was then. Every time that this devil says something that, like what, take this dance, right? Take this dance with Maxine and do this and do that, giving out stimuluses, right? All these things and nice things that this devil says. At the very same moment that he says it, he's thinking on how he can, turn and stab you in the back, man.
Yeah.
He's never done anything for you, Jakes, to help you, man. Never. What the scripture say that a gift destroyeth the heart. Which the word heart just means your mind, man. So giving you all these things and make you think that he has your best interest, but really, man, his words are drawn swords, man. Everything, his whole plan is to eradicate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans off the face of the earth, man, because of that perpetual hatred that we read about in Genesis. When he made that covenant with himself, he never let that go, man.
Nope. He took that with him throughout the generation, man.
That's right.
This is why in today's day and age, man, Esau has literally turned everything into a weapon against the Israelite man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Really against the Israelites altogether. But the woman she's too stupid to realize that. But really, it's all against the Israelite man because the man is the head of the nation. And when you take the man out, that nation falls, man.
That's right.
So, like you said, everything that he's done, with the Vanessa, with the situation, all these different things, even, with the stimmies, man, the stimmies and the unemployment, that's to make you niggas lazy so you don't want to work. So make you even more dependent on Esau, man. So everything that he's doing is to make you pretty much, fall victim unto him, man. I got one real quick. This is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, say of the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover what they covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, which is what Esau has done with America. It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and in the trust of the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. So the Lord is going to allow Esau to fool you niggas out here, man.
Yeah.
You want to continue to stay upon the one that smote you instead of coming back into your power. So hey, when he shows his horns, it shows you what he's really about. All right, you Jakes are going to be in a perpetual state, man. All right, you're going to get taken by that sword, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right in that next chapter, it says what we were just speaking about. The 31st chapter, I think the first verse, it says, "Woe to them that trust in chariots, right? Trust in horses, and those who stay on horses." Right, basically, trusting in this devil. What? Because he has a big military. His blessing is the sword. So what? On face front, he's intimidating. But really, what's that? And then if you read down a little bit after that first verse, it says, "But the Egyptians are men, man." And the chariots are, if you want to get it, you can. But
I'm right here. I got you.
Yeah.
Isaiah 31:1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and to stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." Yet
that's right.
He also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that goes right with what you just read, that Isaiah 30, man, because they put on a covering, but not of the Spirit of the Lord, man. Going straight to this devil for help. How many more stimuluses are we gonna get? How many? How long can I use this unemployment? What about the tax? What about the tax credit for the children? Right? How many children can I get? I mean, how much money do I get per kid, and all these other things that are going down in Egypt for help, man? It's the same thing back then. In Egypt is just symbolic for our captivity, man. The same way they was doing that back then is the same thing they're doing today with this devil, man. And trusting in his horses and chariots, right? His military might, right? And horse symbolizes power, man. So what? This devil, because he's on high, he's on top. Our people don't even think about the Lord, man. They go straight to this devil whenever something goes down, man.
That's right. Verse 2. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fall together. It's like they shall all fail together.
That's right. Because what? It don't matter who. When the Lord comes back, all these nations gonna try to come together and try to battle with the Lord and all this, man. But what? The scripture said that they are men and not spirit, man. They are the Heavenly Father. There's nothing here on this earth that can contest with the Heavenly Father, man. Or any, especially when the Lord comes back, man. When the Lord comes back, man, he's not even coming back as a man. He's coming back in his glory, man. In his full glory, man. He ain't coming back like he did the first time as a man who came to talk and to preach. He's coming back with his chariots, his angelic vehicles, man. So what? It don't matter what this devil got. It's nothing against the Lord, man.
That's right.
And that's what you Jakes need to take heed to. Not only does this man have a perpetual hatred for you, but he's going down. And if you still cleave unto him, when he goes down, you're going down with him.
That's right.
Though hands join in the hand, though hand join with hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And as it says in that Isaiah 31 verse 3, he that helpeth and he that is hoping shall fall. They shall all fail together. Those that built the system and those that uplift the system.
That's right. That's right. Yep. You brothers, there's one on the comment board, brother. If you can get it real quick, that Psalms 118:8. Again from the from the brother is the Psalms 118:8. It is better to put the trust. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. And that word confidence goes back to goes back to with faith, man. Right. So having faith in a man, right, that's gonna save you or deliver you, man, it's better to put that trust in the Lord, man, because the Lord is in control of everything, man. Ultimately, if it's ready for you to go through something from the Lord, it's gonna happen, man. And if deliverance and salvation is written for you, then that's what's gonna happen. If a missile is written for you, that's what's gonna happen. So only the Lord knows. So we gotta, we just put on as the elect, man, do what the scriptures say what the elect will be doing in these times, and we pray that we'll be delivered and saved. Rehearsing the righteous acts, man.
That's right.
Con.
And putting our trust in the Lord, of course.
Con.
I got that Ezekiel 35. If brothers don't have anything else,
Con, we'll read that Ezekiel 35. Read verses 1 to 2, Baba Kashah, then jump to verse 5, and then we'll jump back to Sirach chapter 12. Read verse 11 and jump around a bit, and then brothers have anything else, we can get it.
All right.
Yeah. Let's do it. This is do you want to end up? Okay. Well, this is Ezekiel 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
And we know just as Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, Mount Seir is a people before it's a place. So Ezekiel chapter 35, just like the book of Obadiah, is dedicated to you Edomites, you so-called white people. And like we said a little bit earlier, hey, Jake, why would you cleave unto somebody who not only has a perpetual hatred for you, as we're going to get into, but by you cleaving unto him, you're going to go down with him? It just doesn't make any sense at all.
That's right. That's right. It's something that the brother Hawa always going to when we at camp, when we bring this out, man. He's like, nah, man, the Lord wants us to go and prophesy to the rocks, man. Wants us to go to Mount Seir and prophesy to the literal mountain, man.
Right.
But nah, man, Jake's simple, man. You really have to break that down. You really have to say that because Jake's, man, they're simple, man.
That's true. Yeah, it's very true.
So jump 2 on down to 5.
Con.
Yep. Verse 5, it reads, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
And I'm going to get that word perpetual in the Strongs. It's H5769, olam. And in the outline of biblical usage, it reads long duration, antiquity, which means of old times, futurity, the future. So from old times all the way up until the present day, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient, continuous existence, perpetual, everlasting, indefinite, or unending future, eternity. And it all goes back to that blessing and the birthright that our forefather Jacob got from you Edomites, his forefather Esau. So to you Israelites out there, it's never going to end. You're never going to have peace with this man. And this man, since he knows that he has but a short time, is about to pull out the sword and pull out all the stops to try to get the blessing and the birthright back through the left-handed side. And to any of you Jakes that want to cleave unto it, hey, you're going down with the system as well. But as it says back in that Isaiah chapter 10, hey, that remnant is no longer staying upon their enemy, but we're staying upon our power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And Abarat Dazah, you brothers and myself, and you sincere Akim are of that number. Hey, we're going to get the salvation. And as it says in Sirach chapter 25, we're going to see the downfall of our enemies, which the Most High says is one of the most beautiful things to him to see.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Con. We can drop that Sirach 12. The point's pretty much been made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any you other brothers have any precepts?
I mean, at the end of the day, hey, the warning is going out, man. So if you niggas don't catch on by now, man, it's just not meant for you to get it, man. Matter of fact, I can get this in Sirach 12. So at this point, this is 2/3, man. Sirach 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Yeah, we not gonna feel sorry for you niggas, all that took that dance with Vanessa, and failed. All right, we not pitying all you niggas that want to continue to trust in Esau and be destroyed by him, man. Because the warning is being going out, man. If you can't see that this man is your enemy, then hey, you just gotta go down with him, man. At the end of the day, because the Most High is making things very plain in these days that we're in, man. Because this is the end, man. All right, he's making everything known. All right, we see that hey, we ain't got much longer here, man. This devil about to come down with great wrath, man. This draconian laws is about to be established. Martial law is coming. You know, these down internment camps. You know, the red, yellow, and blue list about to be enacted. Hey, they point out everything, man. So, hey, if you want to continue to listen to this devil, man, hey, you gonna fall with him. But the brothers, you know, that's continuing to fight, and let's continue to stay faithful, put our trust in how about Shem Yahushua, and hey, just hope that we're part of the elect, so we can be delivered, man.
That's right. That's right. And since you said that, I would bring this. This is because this is really when we do these shows, man, we're really doing it for the elect, man, and those of the hopeful elect, man. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And that 10 days is just a complete number of days, man, that you might have to suffer. So we're saying all these things to say that when this devil comes down with that great wrath, man, we're going, of course, for reasons like not dancing. We know that all these draconian laws that he's going to push are only going to get worse, man. There's going to be, repercussions for those things, man, for us staying in the faith, man. So, you just got to, well, let me let the scripture finish it out. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that's straight, simple, it's pretty to the point, man. Be faithful unto death. Some brothers might be martyrs for the Lord, man. We might lose our life for this thing, but you have to. That's why we're getting our minds right now, man. That's why, like the apostles and elders always say, man, if a nigga don't get it, move on, man. Because we at the end, man. We at the end, and we have to get our minds right to know that what we're coming to is real serious, man. So be faithful unto death, and you'll receive, the kingdom of heaven, Lord willing, on the first go around, man.
Hey, tell you on Sirach, strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man.
Right.
Hey, this is the final hour. That hour of temptation is upon the whole world, man. So hey, we're all about to be tested. But Lord willing, we continue to stay rooted, man. Let our faith be talking. We done arguing with niggas, man. That whole trying to go back and forth with these, that shit is over with. Hey, I did a lesson earlier this week, man. At this point, if a nigga can't get it, like you said, we moving on, man. We done trying to convince you people out here, man. Y'all 100% fooled by this devil, so hey, fall with him then, man. And that's it. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. Right.
So
yeah, that's all I had.
And so with that, we hope you sincere Akim are edified by this lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.